The devout turned to nature for symbols of Our Lady's attributes. In medieval religious painting, we often see Mary depicted together with lifelike presentations of symbolical flowers. Among the flowers are the white lilies, symbolizing her purity and holiness, the red rose, an emblem of her burning love for God, the myrtle, an emblem of her virginity, the violet, symbolizing her humility, the columbine, a symbol of the Holy Spirit, and the strawberry, an emblem of her perpetual virginity and the divine fruit of her womb, Jesus. Gardens composed of these and similar flowers were called Mary gardens. The medieval garden became a teaching tool for the unschooled. Those who could not read learned the names of the flowers along with the virtues of Mary. It was sort of a poor person's catechism. People were very devoted to Mary, and still today this devotion persists throughout Europe, especially in the country places, where there are often roadside shrines to Our Lady that almost always have little bouquets of fresh flowers. People come there to pray, to beg favors, to ask her to remember their loved ones and to protect them. These are the natural attributes of Mary, the Mother of Mercy, compassion, and counsel. From the monastery gardens, especially the ones on pilgrimage routes, of which there were many, the names and symbolism of the Mary flowers spread into the surrounding countryside, where the names were adopted into local usage. Many Mary names are still with us today: Madonna Lily, Mary's Gold or Marigold, Lady's Slipper, Lady's Mantle, Lady's Bedstraw, Virgin's Bower. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word lady appearing in the names of plants is almost always a short form for Our Lady and refers to the Virgin Mary. Many other plants were baptized into Christianity, like everything else. But one of the most important symbols of Mary is the rose. The wild rose was typical of those known to the Christians of the Middle Ages. It was called Mary's rose. Mary herself was described as rose white by virginity and rose ruddy by love. And so she is called the mystical rose, the first rose of martyrs, rose soothing the afflicted, rose giving back to all the destiny of salvation. The rose symbolizes her purity, her glory, and sorrow, and is also a symbol of her love for God and her Son Jesus. Every Mary garden worthy of the name should have at least one rose. Of course, lilies have long been associated with Mary. The white lily denotes her purity, particularly the Madonna lily with its striking clarity of form and immaculate translucent whiteness. This has long been regarded as a special symbol of the spotless purity of Mary. This lily was known as Mary's lily. There is also a lily associated with Joseph, Mary's spouse. When Mary's father was trying to choose a husband for Mary, Joseph was not the favored suitor. But then his staff was said to bloom, and this was a heavenly sign of the fact that he should be the one chosen to be Mary's husband, and then the foster father of Jesus. Flowers became associated with the feasts of Mary. Snowdrops are known as Candlemas bells because they bloom in February, at least in Vancouver. February the 2nd is a feast of the Purification. The fragrant hosta is also known as the Assumption lily because it blooms around August 15th, the Feast of the Assumption. My own garden is small, but Mary is in every corner in flower and form. When I look at any garden that yearns to be a paradise, so many of the features there remind me of her. The medieval symbolism can still be found there. For example, a beautiful gate is Mary, through whom we reach Christ. She is the fountain and Christ is the water. She is our shelter, Our Lady's mantle. She is the Divine Mother, the sacred garden that gives life.